Interested.
TNT trainers, this is a video to help you out. So where a lot of people, I believe, start messing up is from the start. They're trying to put too much on a student at once. You need to take your time with the student, make sure that you teach them more before you just start, hey, let's turn this into a team truck and start running. Take your time, teach them as much as you can running super solo. That way they're comfortable with driving more. You're building up their stamina. You're getting them ready for that driving without waking you up so much for help. So make sure that you get your macros done. Have that student go in there and check in, or have them come with you. Watch how you check in. Talk to him, stand over his shoulder. Have him do all the stuff. Help him with his, let him do his back and help him out where you can. Get out of the truck. When they're backing, get out of the truck. Stand out there and just let them do it. Don't tell them too much of turn the wheel. Tell them what the back of that trailer needs to do. The back of the trailer needs to come more this way. Back of the trailer needs to go too much that way. If you're standing out there, sometimes you'll get confused as a trainer, and then your student's going to be less confident in you. If you tell him to turn right, but he needed to turn left, he's going to be like, he's going to turn right, and you're going to be like, no, not that way, turn the other way. He's going to be like, wow, my trainer doesn't even know which way I need to turn the wheel. So he's starting to lose confidence in you. Build that confidence with each other. You're not there to make a friend out of the situation, though. So where some people mess up is they want to be too friendly with their student, and they're all like, hey man, I'm going to be the cool trainer. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be best friends. No, at the end of the day, you are trying to give this guy all the knowledge that you have and prepare him to run his own truck. That is the goal. Being too much of a friend is going to cause issues. Taking your student out to eat all the time. Of course you're going to want to, take him out to eat whenever he's doing good, because at the end of the day, he's making you money. You're helping him with his miles. Give him, maybe you'll take him out to eat every once in a while. Just don't make it a routine of like, hey, I'm taking him out to eat. I'm taking him out to eat. Because you're going to have that bad week where you're not making as much, and he's going to still expect you to take him out to eat. One of the biggest things that I think people mess up on is paying their students more than what they're getting paid from Prime. They're all like, hey man, I'm going to throw you some extra money if we have these good weeks. Well, you're going to get, your student's going to get used to getting that money for having those good weeks, and then you're going to have a bad week and you're not going to give him that extra money, and he's going to expect it, and he's going to be like, hey man, I thought we were cool and everything. What happened to you paying me extra? I worked just as hard last week. But what he doesn't see is the revenue of the loads. He doesn't know that, hey, you were getting great high value loads, FedEx loads, stuff where you were just running it and getting paid. You had these worse loads where you sat for a while for detention, but he's all like, man, I did the same amount of miles. I ran hard for this dude. He's not giving me extra money. Try to minimize your issues. When you get a student, make sure that you set down the rules of the truck. Like, hey, this is my rules. I want you to do this and X, Y, and Z. Make sure that they understand X, Y, and Z. Last thing you want to do is be adding rules to your student as the issue comes up. Like, start off with, hey, no shoes in the floor, no shoes in the back of the truck. That might be your rule. It may sound like common knowledge to you, common sense to you, but you've got to remember that this student, it's his first time in your truck maybe, and he doesn't know your rules. So let him know, hey, no shoes in the back. Let him know, hey, if your rule is, hey, I don't want you using the headset, the radio, or touching anything but focusing on the road for your first 2 or 3 weeks till I feel that you're comfortable enough that now you can use a headset and you can use a headset. Make sure that they know that up front. Don't just, the first day driving, they tell their family, hey, I'll call you whenever I hit the road. And then you're all like, nah, you're not using a headset, because then you're causing issues right there. He's like, man, I just told my family I was going to talk to him while I was driving tonight. Let them know the reason behind it. Hey, look, I don't want you to be on your phone the first few weeks because you're trying to learn all of this stuff. We need to focus on this. Make sure that you're completely focused on this. As you get better at this, we will focus on some more stuff. Once you get that down, then you're able to talk on the phone. Whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, it's your truck. What are you comfortable sleeping behind? whenever I'm talking also about cleanliness, make sure that you set like certain times. Hey, once a week we're gonna take some time to clean up this truck, and clean up your own messes as you make them. Like, make sure that it takes both of you. You as the trainer, it's your truck. Like, it needs to be cleaned. If not only for you, but for your student. Having a messy work environment, you might be used to that. You might be used to running a long time without being able to get in here and detail your truck. But I think mentally, having a clean truck, we all feel better. And if your student's in a dirty truck, then he's kind of like, man, like, he's kind of down. When you get that truck nice and clean again, his spirit's going to be brought up some. So don't forget to clean the trucks. Make sure that you have the truck clean. Make sure that you're asking your student, hey, how you doing on laundry? Because sometimes they won't think about it. They'll be like, man, I'm out of clothes. They won't speak up. Make sure you're like, hey, how are you doing about laundry? And on when in between the next loads, maybe you need to get the truck clean. Also, hygienes. Nobody wants to be on a truck smelling each other. This is a little box where both people will be smelling bad. You know, make sure that you're practicing good hygiene. If your student's refusing to take a shower or whatever, and you might want to have that talk with them and say, hey, look, you got to take a shower. Like, I don't want to be smelling you. You smell bad. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I'm trying to let you know, hey, we need to get a shower. If that's not working, you might want to intervene with the fleet manager and say, hey, look, this guy's not taking a shower. I need you to talk to him, so, whatever it may be. So when you're doing this back-to-back FedEx loads and high-value loads, you might not have time to hit that shower every week. Every week. That shower every day to every 2 days. Make sure that your student knows, hey, I'm about to hit up this fleet manager because I know it's been 3 days since we had a shower. So I'm going to hit them up, and after we finish this load that we're on right now, I'm going to tell them, do not send me another load until we get our shower and stuff. So once I finish this load, I need about an hour, maybe 2 hours, because we're going to do laundry and shower, and we're going to get ourselves all cleaned up. We're going to clean this truck. We're going to make sure everything's good again, and then you start rolling again. Showers are important. Make sure that your student knows sometimes it might be 3 days before you get a shower. It might not be every day. Whenever it comes to communication, that's going to be your biggest help in this situation. Make sure that you have good communication skills with your student. Make sure you let them know, hey, this is our plan. This is what I'm going to try to do. Like, I'm going to tell my fleet manager, hey, time out. We got to get this done. So, at the end of the day, we both, like me and my student, we're going to have good communication here. We're going to know what the plan is. That way we both know. I'm also going to tell them about the dude wipes, the baby wipes, stuff like that. You know, sometimes we might have, that's all we can do, change clothes, do a quick bird bath, you know, unfortunately, until 2 days later, and then we're going to stop and get a real shower. You know, having that good communication with your students is going to really help you out. Once you're out there and you're running for a while, you're going to find out that if you took your time with the student in the beginning and you talked to them, had good communication, you taught them as much as you could, you started off super solo for a while, maybe to, you know, build up his confidence, teach him the job, he's going to be waking you up less, you're going to have better sleep. But whenever you do get woken up because your student needs help, I always suggest when you wake up, start telling yourself in your mind, hey, you know, let me wake up a little bit more before I completely come up there and see how bad this is. Like, let me kind of shake this off. All right. Think to yourself, hey, he needs help. You know, I've been there before. I was new. I needed help too. Like, let me kind of wake up and not come out there with an attitude because I'm cranky. It's hard to do. It is hard to do, but get in that mindset of like, I'm not going to go out there yelling. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to walk out there and then see what's going on. Hey, what's going on, dude? This and this and this. I can't believe you did this. Cannot believe you did this. Why did you go out a route this far? Like, you're gonna be a little bit mad, but you got to get them out of the situation. You got to be the professional out there, and not, like I said, it's gonna be hard, but you got to be that professional. You got to be like, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take over. You know, you're gonna get yourself, both of y'all, out of that situation, and continue out your day. Go back to bed. Get what sleep you can after that, and you know, it's just part of the job. Another thing I would highly suggest is not sharing your pay with your student. Stop telling your students how much you're making off of them, because what's going to happen if it's all about the way you word it. So if you want to educate them on like how much you're making and your pay and stuff, make sure you emphasize the fact that, hey, I'm making this training pay. I'm getting this training pay. I'm lease, and this is kind of what my check looks like. This is how I figure it out. Like, you can teach them a lot from that. But if you're all like, hey, check out how much I'm making off of you, you're running it, then your student's gonna feel like you're using them whenever you're really just trying to, hey, look, I want you to know that we can make great money out here. So it kind of helps you out in the long run if you're like showing them, hey, guess what? You can make great money out here. You can make a great living out here. Like, I believe that that's going to help them out, because that's going to make them be like, hey, if he can do this, I can do this. Whenever it comes close to time for them to upgrade, I will always suggest doing this. Maybe the last 2 to 3 weeks that you're out, be like, hey, you're running the truck as a solo truck, and I'm just going to drive whenever I have to. I want you to take a 10-hour break. We're going to run your clocks out. We're going to, you know, teach you a whole bunch in that last week. You're going to do all the paperwork. I'm going to look over it. You're going to scan it in. You're going to send all the macros. I'm just pretty much going to drive 10 hours or whatever I have to make the load work, and I want you to figure out how you're going to be the one that's delivering it or picking it up. If you have to, if it comes down to, hey, you got to drive a shorter day this day, and I'm going to have to drive a shorter day too, or I'm going to have to drive a longer day to make sure you're the one delivering it, then I will. And it's hard on you too. Like, this sounds like a good time for the trainer to get some rest and be like, yeah, man, I'm just resting, my student's running this truck. That's not the case. You're going to be on these odd sleep schedules, just like your student is going to feel like you're a solo truck again. You're not going to have that routine anymore. But this little bit of shaking it up and just seeing if the guy's ready to run his own truck, you know, that's going to better prepare him for being by himself. Do all you can. Do as much as you can. Put all the knowledge you can into your student. Teach them the best you can. Always let them back. Always let them check in at the shippers. Let him do as much as you possibly can, and he will learn, as he will be super successful at the end of the day. Remember, knowledge is power. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. I hope I inspired some of you guys out there training to kind of take a look at what you're doing out there and maybe pick up a little bit of knowledge from this video to place it in your way of training. Like, comment, and subscribe. Still enjoying the great content? Click that next video right there to keep yourself informed. Knowledge is power. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to every video. Also, make sure that you're dropping that referral code on that driver application, COXDJO.